Now to the White House, where earlier today President Trump hosted the president of Brazil. Trump says the two discussed topics including trade and tariffs. You will remember at one point Trump had a 50% tariff on Brazil. But the bigger news we are watching right now, Iran is weighing a U.S. proposal to end the war. Yesterday, Trump threatened to start bombing if Iran does not accept and open the Strait of Hormuz. Retired Navy SEAL and former Deputy Commander of Central Command Vice Admiral Robert Harward joins me. Nice to see you, sir. And I'm not quite sure what to make of or what this offer is, but one of the things that's being batted around is that the discussion that there'll be a 30-day negotiation period about unfreezing Iranian assets. So then I did a little research and found out that Iranian assets around the world is about between $100 and $120 billion. Then I did a little more research, dug deeper, and when Obama unfroze assets in 2015 for the nuclear deal, it was the same amount, and Iran took that money and they gave it to Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. So I don't know how good a deal this could ever be by handing cash to Iran, but your thoughts on this?
Well, I agree with you, Greta. But again, the president wants to get the flow of commerce going, and more importantly, wants to stop the nuclear weapons program. And so he's looking to achieve those two goals. And this may be part of the offering to make that happen. But I with you, think that could end up and representing long-term problems, because then you empower the regime. They walk away with winning the negotiation, so to speak, and can move on with their long-term objective, which was not only the nukes and not only the straits, but exporting the Islamic Revolution. Now, if the president thinks he can make that deal and still go after them asymmetrically, a longer campaign where he's weakened them but can undermine them in the longer run, maybe that's part of his strategy. But that would have to be dependent on that strategy carrying on through administrations, and the U.S. does not have a good track record of doing that.
All right. If the Strait of Hormuz is the primary goal now, I mean, obviously nuclear development, weapon development is later, enrichment. Is our Navy incapable, or is the situation such that we can't protect ships 100%? We can't take out whatever they have along the shore of the Strait of Hormuz, anything that we don't have the naval capacity to completely defang them there?
No, we have the ability to there, but it's all part of the risk equation. Look at the risk we took to recover one downed pilots. So really taking out the straits, taking out Kesem Island, taking out Bandar Abbas would involve boots on the ground, and we're capable of doing that. But this president doesn't want to assume that risk at this point. It doesn't mean that he's not ruling that out. He may get to that point if they refuse to negotiate. And I don't think it's negotiations. It's really complying with our demands. If they're not going to end the nuclear program, they're not going to give up on their ambitions to control and profit off the straits, he may pull that string. And in the long term, I think that's one of the greatest tools he has. If you put boots on the ground in Iran, that presents a direct threat to the regime and a very powerful message to the Iranian people. And it's not necessarily to hold the ground for a long period of time, vis-a-vis occupy it, but maybe a raid to ensure you've destroyed everything there and leave and hit another location later. So I think those are options the president's looking at.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of an appetite, though, by a lot of people putting boots on the ground, especially those of us who watched and even reported on the Iraq war. But let me ask you this, why does it require boots on the ground? Don't we have sophisticated missiles and drones and things that, do we really have to have boots on the ground to take out whatever it is they have on the shores or are able to get to mine the Strait of Hormuz or to cause problems? Don't we have the sophistication without boots on the ground?
Well, we have capability to see things, hear things, but the boots on the ground really confirm you can go in, look in tunnels, you can go in buildings, things you cannot see from the air alone. And again, don't think of boots on the ground as you thought of Iraq. Think of boots on the ground like we did to recover the pilot. We went in, secured an area of land, put people on the ground, did what we wanted to do, and left. That's the type of boots on the ground I think would be very attractive here, to go into Bandar Abbas and make sure the area is cleared out, that there are no boats there, there are no caves or no hidden caches for missiles or drones. Go in for a short period of time and then leave again. And you could do that in multiple places across Iran because of the topography. So don't think of it as long-term occupation. Think of it as short-term raids to go in, secure and ensure you've met your objectives you wanted to do by bombing, and to influence and let the people of Iran know we're committed to see this through.
Vice Admiral Robert Harward, thank you, sir.
Thanks.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.